Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dominic D'Angelo of AdFreeShows.com, SEScoops.com, and BrassRingMedia.com. Check it out. But I'm here today with Mr. Robert Karpelis, WD Creative _ish. It's Rumor and Innuendo, by the way, and it's a Wednesday, so you know what that means. Robert, do you know what that means?
Means you have a new microphone thing that's hanging off your shirt. Makes you sound a bit like you're trapped in a burlap sack underwater, which is exactly where you want to be. If you can't make it to beautiful Hollywood, Florida, for tonight's exciting 6-year anniversary of AEW Dynamite. I don't know about you, Dom, but I am not particularly excited about it. You know what might pump me up?
What?
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
I was going to say saying hi to the people who are joining us here live in the chat, but no, you want to go ahead and go into business for yourself. The Dominic D'Angelo heel turn that we've had this week has been one for the record books. Look, not since Sean threw Marty through the barbershop window has someone so deeply and thoroughly embraced his heeldom. If you have not been on the Working Stiff Facebook page, I take one day off, guys. One day where I'm like, I had other matters I needed to attend to. I wasn't going to be around. And I just get a deluge of Dominic D'Angelo unplugged and uncensored. But let's say hi to some folks who are still with us here who have not been caught up in the buzzsaw that is the more feared D'Angelo brother. E says, what's up?
What's up?
Shocking. Devin Dowling throws an Ayo and then asks, why is a black bar over everyone's eyes in the intro video? So the idea here is this is rumor and innuendo. So sometimes when you're blocking out those eyes, we're trying to censor something has been redacted like it's an FBI file, is my understanding. I didn't put together the graphics, thought the graphics looked great. Dre Owens says, hello, R&I. Tony returns to Hollywood, Florida. Which, by the way, was Dolph Ziggler's gimmick.
Right, that was.
He was from Hollywood, Florida. So, as someone who lives not that far from Hollywood, Florida, and has worked with Mr. Dolph Ziggler for many, many years, you wonder where some of those ideas may have come from. Jeff Henninger says, hello, R&I. I've noticed Robert keeps taking off on Tuesdays. I'm guessing so he can build his excitement for Wednesdays. I wish that was the case. You know, last Tuesday was Rosh Hashanah, so I was off for that. I'll actually be off tomorrow for Yom Kippur, which is, we'll talk about that in a moment. We talk about AEW Dynamite, and then yesterday was had a family engagement, so I was preoccupied. I wish that I was taking it off to really build up the excitement, talk about all things Dynamite. Victoria Wedgeko says, fancy new mic. She's very excited about the Dom's new mic. And Wrestling Old Head says, good day all. Happy hump day. Is this the week AEW returns to Daly's Place, or is that next week?
Oh, that's next
week. Yes, it's next week. They're definitely not there this week.
No, definitely not. Definitely not this time around.
Because they're down the road at the beautiful Hollywood Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, home of the ghost of Anna Nicole Smith. That's where she passed away, and people have claimed that she haunted the hallways. It's also it's a weird guitar-shaped hotel that they built there.
That's funky.
They've really made some change. Hard Rock used to be back years ago, back when I was a younger man. It was a place you would go out on Saturday evenings and go to the clubs, and then they kind of closed it all down and rebuilt it up and all that. And it's gone through several different iterations. He's never been on this show, so I don't know why I said that. But Working Stiff's Dan St. Germain has a great bit about he calls it the Fort Lauderdale Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in one of his comedy specials. It is just absolutely incredible. He buries that place in terms of how crappy the memorabilia needs to be, that they literally just have puddle of mud in a case.
Oh my God. Hey, I think we did have Dan on here once.
Dan may have been on here. You sound so strange. It's odd.
Do I?
It's all right. It's all right. You're fine.
Okay. It's a different mic.
It's like I feel like I'm like ordering at a drive-through somewhere. This is why we're gonna like drive-through places that are replacing with humans with AI. We're gonna replace you with the Dombot, which now that I say it sounds far more pornographic than I meant it.
Oh, the Dombot, jeez.
The Dombot. Um,
What a night out.
and
That
Wrestling
was.
Old Head, apologize. He just said Puddle of Mud's blurry. Just started playing in my head. There was a very brief window where I had convinced my daughter that my wedding song was "She Effing Hates Me" by Puddle of Mud.
You convinced your daughter that?
Well, no, she's too smart to realize that, and she was like, "No, I don't think that was your wedding song."
I'm
Um,
aware about that. Well, hey, let's.
and look, can we just spend most of this time talking about the terrible finale of Big Brother? Worst
Oh, well,
booking of the year.
fill a layman into it that doesn't watch the show.
Remember when Jinder Mahal was world champion? And I love Jinder, but you're like, wait, why is that guy world champion?
Yeah,
That's kind of what we had happen in Big Brother. The finale, though, it had two great wrestling connections on there.
Mm.
Mr. Spectacular Jesse Goddard was on there. As
Oh,
was Eric Stein, former contestant on Big Brother, who before that was a writer for the WWE.
whoa. Okay, so there's a little pro
Dude,
wrestling.
Jesse, good guy. Devin Dowling says, terrible, no way. Vinny got screwed and Ashley, the lawyer, won it. Yeah. This the winner lawyered her way into winning. She did nothing for 64 days, and then or 83 days, whatever it was, and then cut a hell of a lawyerly promo to make it seem like she did far more than she ever did. Also known as going full Brian Gerwitz.
There you go. There you go. Did you correspond with Ricochet about this finale?
That's literally the next thing. I did message Samantha.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Samantha was pulling for Ashley, so I don't know, but I will point out to Mr. Richard O'Shea my displeasure. Though I think we're all in agreement that there's a dude on there, Keanu, who if he can get signed to an NXT deal, he just looks like he'd be the next member of the Bloodline. Like he looks like he could eat JC Mateo.
So he's a big dude.
Oh, he's a big jacked up beast of a man, and it's tremendous. Briefly, since I was not here yesterday, Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
So those of you joining us live are generally aware, like, you know, we're relatively plugged into the world of professional wrestling, right? Right? You can agree to that, Mr. D'Angelo.
for sure.
We do talk about it on occasionally in our lives. I turned the Netflix on at 7:50 to get ready for Monday Night Raw. Not realizing it was 50 minutes into that episode of Raw because for some reason it started at 7 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, the weird scheduling times.
Dude, what are they doing to us?
I have no
This
clue.
is the biggest problem that we're running into with the Netflix era of Raw. Is watching wrestling is very much a collective endeavor. It's why we all tune in to things like Room. It's why you're spending your lunch hour with us if you're on the East Coast, your breakfast hour with us, or if you're in London, high tea with a Mr. Newman. I don't know. Very obscure Simpsons, a Seinfeld reference, and I'm good with that. When you don't know what time the show consistently starts, you can't sit and watch with your buddies and friends and be able to text about it. Or if you're hypothetically, theoretically running a very popular parody account on X that is live tweeting the show, you're not able to do that because you don't know what time the show starts. So not a huge fan of that decision by them. And while a fine 2.5 hour program, which I'll be covering in depth and something to sports entertainment with as part of the Patreon level of Working Stiff. But how many times is Roman Reigns coming back?
It seems like once every other week he comes back. He makes a return.
There's a lot of Roman Reigns returns, and we can't keep pretending that it's the most exciting thing in the world.
Tell you what, though, the reaction he gets, it makes it feel like it's exciting. He's a big deal. Like the crowd makes him feel like a big deal.
Yeah, it helps when they're giving you LA Knight versus Kofi Kingston.
That's a good point. Yeah, I thought it was an overall fine show, Raw. Like I didn't mind it actually, but I did take some exception. I think that Kairi Sane, Asuka, and Io Sky thing is just not. It's really, really bad, Robert. I don't.
It is worse than the mist that was sprayed into Io Sky.
Yes.
It's weird. I don't understand it. I don't know what it's getting you. I'm all for the idea of we're going to give you a Rhea Ripley main event program going up against the Kabuki Warriors, not around a title, but just around a storyline. But the
Mhm.
problem is the storyline is odd. The one adjustment they made this week that was kind of nice was they did the subtitle gimmick for Asuka.
That was good.
And it takes away, there's a natural cadence that Asuka uses that is a little screechy. It's a little just very difficult to listen to. And Io, her and Kyrie's, I feel like, I don't want to get Gail Kim done this year, but it's like their acting ability is not ideal.
No.
Io's crying comes across like very bad soap opera. And
Mhm.
Kyrie, I can't tell if she's scared or possessed. And given that Netflix right now, their biggest thing in the world is the K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh yeah.
I feel like somebody somewhere like logged into Netflix and saw that, and they were like, "We could do that."
I tell you what, Robert, but you mentioned it, and I talked about it on yesterday. Was like it feels like you're expecting wrestlers to act, okay, and that's part of the job.
You
But
absolutely are, and they should be able to act. That comes with the territory.
that comes with the territory. But then you also have the expectation of doing this lost in translation language barrier aspect of it all too, where you're expecting these wrestlers to act in a way that is very storyline fueled, where it's like they're a family and you don't want to see this family broken up, and so it really puts a lot of expectations on all these three women. In the same time too, it's not really captivating. We
I
have a
don't.
lot of family storylines going on at the same time
You know,
too.
it's funny. I don't mind the lost in translation piece of it because I'll use as a perfect example. Dominic Mysterio. There was a time where he was cutting certain parts of his promos in Spanish.
Sure.
As someone who's not fluent in Spanish, all due respect to my 4 years in the Foreign Language Honor Society in high school, I got nothing. I short of had to ask if I need, can I go to the bathroom so I can skip class. But you can tell by the natural emotion what it is they're trying to convey.
Mhm.
And I think that forcing this in this sort of like, I don't know what the Japanese version of Spanglish is, you're getting nowhere with it.
Right. Something they got to really focus on, and I think try to make some adjustments as much as they can. I don't think it's very beneficial to them as a group.
But what's
Um,
beneficial is our friends at All Elite Wrestling are celebrating their 6th anniversary.
6 years, Robert. Does it feel like 6 years of AEW for you?
Yeah, it does. I just, the somewhere Brandon Cutler's just smoking a cigarette. Just hell of a ride, man.
Been a hell of a ride.
Hell of a ride.
Well, fear not, Robert, because since it is the 6th anniversary, we're getting not one but 2 trios matches on tap tonight.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I remember, and I even look. I know they set up Fletcher and Orange.
Yes, that's on.
Okay,
that's on.
we're good. We're good.
Mhm.
There's no MJF.
Nope.
There won't be any MJF. It's a fairly important day. And now I'm looking. Okay. Yeah, they're sure enough our number of 6-mans.
And tag. It's just a tag match in general as well. So we got Hangman Page teaming up with Powerhouse Hobbs and Samoa Joe going up against John Moxley, Claudio, and Daniel Garcia.
That they did set up. Last week on Dynamite, they did kind of set this up because we were pointing out, hey, there's a AEW pay-per-view coming up, and we don't know who the hell Hangman's facing, and we only got like 3 TVs left for. We should probably set that up at some point in time instead of having him wrestle Lee Moriarty.
That's correct. And John Moxley's dance card will be full at Wrestle Dream because you have him going up against Darby Allin in a I Quit match. Was that on your radar? I didn't know that happened.
It honestly holds no suspense to me simply because, correct me if I'm wrong, Moxley lost the AEW World title by submission.
Yes.
So the idea of him submitting or saying I quit is something we literally just saw on pay-per-view not that long ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a ton of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like a way to do a match where how quickly can Darby and Moxley kill each other?
It's just like another rendition of it.
And we've seen where they go super extreme. I thought, given the constant use of fire and blowtorches, we were getting an Inferno match.
Yeah, that would make more sense in what they were doing, for sure. And I think that would harken back to that might scratch a nostalgia itch for some, though. An Inferno match in AEW of all things.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong, right?
But yeah,
Well,
it's this like Hangman Hobbs and Joe versus Moxley Claudio and Danny Garcia is a fine 6-man match. It's a way to remind people that Shibata was taken out. It'd be great if there was a 6-man tag title that could be involved in some form or fashion, but that doesn't seem to exist.
no.
And then the other trios match is Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Josh Alexander of
Yep.
the Don Callis family versus Kenny Omega, you wrote Brody Kingston and Bandito. I'm assuming it's Brodito and not
Yeah,
Eddie
it's
Kingston.
Brodito.
You were just reminding the people that no, Eddie Kingston really did come back.
He is back.
It did happen.
It did.
Don't watch the match.
Don't watch the match.
And great follow up with his return on Dynamite.
Amazing follow up. Well done. Very memorable.
And it's and Wrestling Hall beat me too. I was just gonna say, wasn't Kenny Omega like gone?
Yeah.
Kenny Omega forgot that Kyle Fletcher wrote him off. This is a weird way to bring Kenny back. Or I guess we're just in this world where Kenny appears on TV and then doesn't appear on TV and then appears on TV and then doesn't appear on TV.
How does that make for captivating story? I just don't.
Clearly, they're building up to a Kenny Omega Josh Alexander grudge match.
Well, you know what? They said he was one of the men who took him out. So, of course, it's got to be Josh Alexander. Wait, who was the grudge match Josh Alexander just had? Didn't he just
he had the grudge match against, wasn't it against Hangman? No.
Yeah.
Was it Hangman? Yeah, it was a grudge match. It made no sense. That's his new gimmick. He's in nonsensical grudge matches.
What a pot stirrer this Josh Alexander is.
Which, by the way, nonsensical grudge matches is the great name for an indie rock album.
It is really good.
Like I could definitely see that being a Shins album or something like that.
Yeah, right.
The Flaming Lips with the nonsensical grudge match.
I love it.
And what I find strange is if I think this is where it's like 6 years in, and I'm just like trying to sharpen the pencil. If Kenny Omega is not 100%, and we don't know how many more matches we're going to get for him, then every time he wrestles, it should feel special. It should feel like an event, like what we're seeing right now with John Cena.
Right.
If Kenny Omega is 100% healthy and plugged in, plug him in and use him to his highest and best use. We assumed when he was going up against Okada for that, what we thought was going to be the second world title, that either he was going to win and we were going to start seeing big Kenny Omega matches, or he was going to lose and be off TV for a while because he's not 100%. Bringing him back just to plug him into a 6-man tag where he's not the compelling story. The compelling story here, obviously, is Brodito going up against the number one contenders, the Young Bucks. Great. You could have found a third for that. Yeah. You could have put any number of guys hanging out there, potentially wearing lucha masks.
Or how about Eddie Kingston, perhaps?
Eddie Kingston doesn't wear a lucha mask. I know it's been a while since you've seen him.
Oh, yes.
Jeff Henniger says, so the 6-man tag should be for $5 million. Yes, it needs to get to a ludicrous. I'm not saying Tony Khan can make this happen, but the dude has resources where the winning team should get to be on one of those rich guy rocket ships that go up to the moon or go up to space at least.
Darby would love that.
Like, just put him on one of those Blue Horizon ships and he goes and shoots up into space. But if you're looking to just shoot up to space with something blue, didn't even mean to go down this path, but here we are. Can we talk to you about our friends at Blue Chew? Whether you're entering the rocket ship or any other cockpit, you're going to enter dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex, and we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code RUMOR at checkout, pay $5 at shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this episode of Rumor and Innuendo.
Ooh, yes.
Don, there's still some more matches that we have not yet previewed or moments. So there's a mixed tag match.
Yes, correct.
Coming from the finish of the main event from last week. It is Chris Statlander and Darby Allin versus Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta. I love this.
Do you like it?
I think this is a great follow-up from how we saw Dynamite end last week. Statlander giving John Moxley the one-finger salute. Moxley not seeing because he was still recovering from being very badly burned at the pay-per-view and clearly still selling it because it was just truly tragic and traumatic. But yeah, we're paying off this Wheeler Yuta trying to bring Chris Statlander into the fold bit that obviously didn't pay off. We're gonna probably see Darby get beaten up by other members of the Death Riders. Pac and his stupid haircut is not factored anywhere onto this, so he may pop up at some point in time on this show, perhaps here. But yeah, it's a fun little beat, and it's a way to minimize having to actually watch Marina Shafir wrestle.
How many kids do you think this year are going to dress up for Pac with his new haircut for Halloween?
I mean, I tried going to the Spirit Halloween store; it was already sold out.
I could imagine.
It didn't say Pac; it just said generic British wrestler who disappears for long stretches of time, returns, gets pushed, then disappears for long stretches of time. Is shorter than you would think, but not as short as Vince McMahon thought, which is why I kept trying to make him Mighty Mouse. It's a very long title for a costume.
Very specific. Very specific.
It's extremely specific. What's also specific is that Timeless Tony Storm is returning to Hollywood, Florida.
Yes. So we're just gonna get Tony Storm. I don't know what's she gonna do in Hollywood, Florida, Robert.
If she's close enough, she should go down to Davie, Florida, to go to Las Spadas.
Oh,
Las Spadas subs. They're all over stuff. The best sub sandwich you're gonna get anywhere. They're not even a paid ad. This is just Las Spadas is literally the best. When Working Stiff's Dan St. Germain and former Working Stiff guest Dan Soder were down here, and they were doing something at the improv comedy thing. Took them there. Soder lost his damn mind.
I tell you what, Soder's all over the place recently. He's all over the grid. He's on Julian Edelman's podcast. I see him all over Instagram.
He was on Van Vliet's show.
Yeah.
Look, I like when friends of mine are friends with each other, and it makes me happy. And then there's also people that I'm less bullish about, like Jack Perry and Luchasaurus are returning.
Yes, Jurassic Express is back, baby.
I can't wait until they explain why they did what they did.
I like how they're giving them this creepy aspect, even though they should really, really be marketed more towards kids, like they originally were. But
kids like freaky. They like Five Nights at Freddy's.
True.
Which because I'm an old man, I was trying to remember the name of that movie the other day and conflated it with the Tom Green movie Freddy Got Fingered.
I've done that several times.
And I was like, oh yeah, no, kids love Freddy Got Fingered. If you haven't seen that movie, by the way, don't see Freddy Got. Oh, Freddy Got Fingered is bad.
I believe it.
That is one of those. Even if we have a former sponsor on this show that was a Rob Van Dam-esque sponsor, even with that, probably not going to enjoy Freddy Got Fingered.
Not going to enjoy it.
As an art piece, just to see Rip Torn.
He's in it.
That. Oh yeah. The word paycheck doesn't get thrown around a lot these days, but someone who's definitely securing a big paycheck is our man John Cena.
Yes, Robert, I talked about this yesterday, but want to get your thoughts on it. He's official for DC. That's where his last match will take place. Saturday night's main event. It's all going to go down there. I did want to kind of tie this in, and I created that speculation we've talked about before on here. DC, there's a certain WWE Hall of Famer that resides there. Just yesterday, Triple H and Stephanie Stephanie was a part of a big thing with Donald Trump and the cure for cancer, pediatric cancer. Is there a possibility you see Trump at John Cena's final match?
No chance.
No chance.
No. I think trying to think of the easiest way to to thread this through line here.
Mhm.
So John is leaving the WWE and retiring to go full time to Hollywood.
Yes, not Florida.
Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
I don't think he's going to enamor himself to the executives that he's trying to now go court by his last time in WWE being seen with Donald Trump,
Hmm.
because there's going to be at least half of the country that's going to have their feelings about that. And John has been very, very smart and strategic over the years to be apolitical.
Hmm.
The idea of, if hypothetically, kind of like what they do at the Kennedy Center, where the president has his own box, if John were to salute to the president, because, hey, you're going to salute to the president no matter who he is. And Dana White was on 60 Minutes on Sunday.
Hmm.
And Dana White was asked about, obviously they're doing the UFC event on the lawn of the White House and his relationship with Trump. And he said, look, he's the president. He's my president. He's the president of the United States. We're going to honor what he wants. If, he's like, I met Obama at the inauguration and Obama came up and congratulated me on my success. If Obama called me up and said, I want to come to a UFC event, the former president of the United States, I'm going to make sure that he's there and he's front row and center and he's well positioned, well situated, because he was a president of the United States. If it's from that lens, there's a potential way to do it, but I don't think that John necessarily is looking for that sort of association as he's going into his future endeavors. Dre Owens points out, looks like Copeland is doing a movie with Jason Statham. That just came out yesterday. That Adam Copeland is going to be in the Beekeeper 2.
Oh, interesting.
At the same time, you got Drew McIntyre, who's going to be in the new Highlander movie.
Correct. Yeah.
It's a you got the Street Fighter situation with some of those guys. Obviously, MJF is off filming. He's in I think Santa Slay, not Santa Slay 2. That was the Goldberg movie. The one with David Harbour.
Oh.
Silent Night, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're.
Yes, whatever it is, but yeah. So he's off filming that. Then Devin Dowling says Braun Strowman might be the next Jason.
What is going on here? Everybody.
I think people are realizing you can use wrestlers. Oh, and then I'm super late to the game, but I started watching Tulsa King.
Yeah, yeah.
And that has a wrestler in it. That is Cash Flow from OVW.
That's right.
And that dude, I remember watching the wrestlers documentary on Netflix, and obviously we had some of those folks join us here on Rumor and Innuendo in the past, but Cash Flow on that show is booked so well, and he looks so menacing. He looks big, he looks thick, he looks terrifying. The way he was on the Netflix doc, not as great.
Yeah,
Didn't look as ominous and menacing. So well done. And obviously Stallone is someone over his career who has learned putting wrestlers in your movies is a good idea. But you know what's a really good idea, Dom?
What's that, Robert?
Catching Rumor and Innuendo every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, because we are available on a plethora of platforms, including the WW Creative _ISH X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube on Rumor and Innuendo and ad-free shows. So on behalf of the darkest, most evil heel version of Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpolis. Best of luck in your future endeavor.
Join the Facebook group, everybody.